Good morning. You are now onto the lifestyle segment of the weekend. So, good morning, Aisha.
Good morning, Lucy.
All right. It has been a sad week,
Honestly,
obviously, in Nigeria. We have experienced a lot for 1 week, from Monday down through to Friday yesterday, even down to this morning. It is a lot has happened that a lot of persons are even scared now to watch the news or to check on updates on social media.
it's scary.
We're talking about the insecurity from the abductions of the girls in Maga. Now, even yesterday, we
In
had
Niger State.
another abductions in Niger State. We're having attacks in Nasarawa, in Zamfara.
Honestly, Lucy, I
Even a
was
brigadier general was
was.
killed this week, General Musa Uba.
It's just too much going on, and it's really horrific news. I was at an event yesterday, and I was just looking around, like making sure nothing out of the ordinary happens, or no one's coming to bundle me out and say, "Why am I here?" It's in a time that you need to be extremely careful, and it's even beyond our control. We don't know where
It
it's going to
is
happen
who is
next.
safe.
And it reminds you of the time, even back in President Goodluck Jonathan's time, something like this was also happening, where you had
The
abduction,
Chibok
kidnapping, and
girls.
Chibok girls. So it is a time that I think we need to pray more. If, as a Nigerian, if it's okay to say that, because what we do is pray, but the action needs to be taken.
You know, like I was actually seeing the update from the Ministry of Defense assuring Nigerians
Everyone is giving updates.
that everyone and that this situation is going to be curtailed soon. That we are going to have at least peaceful coexistence moving forward. I actually do hope that this week, as we are ending the week this Saturday, moving forward next week Monday, I actually want to hear good news that the abducted girls are
And brought
released
back home,
and
25
reunited
abducted girls.
with their families.
Ha.
And it is actually horrific. Even the attack in Kwara State in a church. And even these persons, like, they are still missing. So I can only imagine the trauma that is going on with their families and all of that. So
Horrific scenes.
today, when I was actually saying my morning prayers, I was like, Lord, just have mercy. Like, let these people actually come home safe and be reunited with their families. And I actually think that us Nigerians, we shouldn't take this lightly. We should be security conscious. We should really hope and pray that these situations are
Getting
resolved.
better.
Yes.
And amidst all of that, today we're also discussing another aspect that is another totally horrific thing: crime,
Yeah.
unlawful arrest, fraud. I don't know how we intend to move forward, but it's important to talk about these things, and that's why we are here this morning.
And talking about crime rates right now and unlawful arrest, these are issues that have to do with the arrest going on right now and whether our judicial system is actually putting the work that it needs to be put in place to make sure that the rate of crime is
Which is
actually
at a low rate, yeah.
mitigated to the least, and not just for the judiciary, our own roles as citizens to make sure that crime rates that is actually in menace. It's like cancer, it's eating our whole system. And then we're not going to be
I
having...
can see how passionate and painful this is for you, luckily we have guests with us in the studio this morning.
Of course, and
Returning guest, Mr. Monday is here with us. Mr. Monday Ehimare Jeffrey Esquire. You are welcome. Good morning. You're a principal solicitor.
yes.
Law, the man of the law, as we say. You are welcome back to the weekend show.
Thank you. I'm so glad to be here once again.
And we have also Mr. Abdulaziz Musa Al Hassan, National Organizing Secretary of ADYC.
Thank you very much for
You're
having
welcome,
me.
sir.
Thank you very much for having me.
Thank you, gentlemen, for joining us this morning. It seemed like the prologue was actually long because of the stress and the urgency of this
And the
matter.
fear.
Right. So, what are your perspectives? Let's start from the man of the law here.
Okay. For the judiciary, boiling down to unlawful arrest, same has been contained. The Constitution has its provisions. There was a newly enacted Act, Administration of Criminal Justice Act, which has to do with the total, in fact, it gives coverage on how a suspect should be arrested, what should be done, how statements should be taken, the procedures to follow in court. And I think once there is a proper sanitization on the society, on their rights, this thing will go to his barest minimum. Illegal arrest will get to his barest minimum. The same thing, the Cybercrime Act has also been put forth in order to be able to contain the excesses in the social media space. I think if I would give a general overview, if what needs to be done is a proper enlightenment on Nigerians, letting them know, a sensitization program, letting them know about their rights, letting them know that, okay, once you are arrested, it is not a do or die affair. The moment the police invite you, you have your right. You can go there, you honor the invitation. There's a stipulated time they can keep you, and all of that.
Well, Nigerians are scared to honor any invitation. Seriously, Mr. Jeffrey, like when you say honor the invitation, can you go with someone? Do you go with your lawyer? How does it work when you are honoring the invitation of Nigerian police? Because from my, I won't say experience, I've not been there, I've not been invited. But from the stories that I hear, you're always afraid because of what is to come.
Now, once a suspect is invited by the police, what you are to do as in Nigeria, because the Constitution already presumes you innocent, irrespective of the allegation. You are an innocent man.
Okay.
So once you are there, once you get there, the Constitution, the ACJA, provides that your lawyer must be by you when your statement is taken. The law provides that you are not to be kept above 24 hours or 48 hours if the distance of the court is above 40 kilometers from the station. So once you are arrested by the police, the best thing, once you are invited by the police, the best thing to do, get a legal representative. Not just any lawyer, a sound lawyer. Get a lawyer, your lawyer gets there with you, depending on the weight of the allegation. If it's a capital offense, if it's a minor offense, majority of the problem we have now, especially in FCT, you see police diving into land issues, for instance. They will call you, they will write fictitious petitions, stating that, okay, this person is threatening this one's life. He wants to get this person, property. By so doing, brought in army officers. We've seen plenty of such scenarios. Once you get to the station, they'll tell you, you have to produce the guns you are using. In such instance, you have to hold your calm. Do you get it? Just relax. Let your lawyer advocate for you. Okay, in this issue is a land dispute. It's outside the jurisdiction of the police. So in such instance, the police cannot keep you above 24 hours or 48 hours, depending on the distance to the court. Once your lawyer is there, it will invoke the principle of ACJA, that state is to observe from your statement taken. You have the right to say, I'm not writing a statement. You have that right. It's your constitutional right. I'm not writing a statement unless my lawyer is present. I'm not writing a statement unless so and so person is here to witness him. And you cannot be coerced into taking that statement. The moment you do that, you have your right. And when the petition that brings you to the station is a fictitious one, you have a right also to sue the person who took you there. Even unto the end of the criminal process, when you're done and you've been vindicated, you have a right to bring that person to court.
We encounter suing here. He sued me, I'm going to sue you now.
You understand?
Yeah.
So it is a win-win scenario, because what the legislative body have succeeded in doing, they've succeeded in producing enactments that guides and checkmate all of these activities. It is the unawareness of same that makes people suffer and have such trauma. Once the police invites me, I'm even happy. I will go.
Because you're right, and that is not the case for many Nigerians, because when you just hear, okay, the police sends an invite, sometimes they don't even just send an invite, they will come to your house and take you, they are coming to the station now with us. And in that kind of situations, especially for, let's say, for people in the streets, right, that may not even have attained the level of literacy to know what the Constitution states or their right of going to the police. You even go and then the police takes your property, it takes your, confiscates your phone, you can no longer even call anybody, and then they just take you and put you in a prison. So in that kind of a situation now, that people do not know their rights, how will the police or the persons that actually come, like this kind of unlawful arrest now, what hope do they have?
And I think that's where we can bring Mr. Abbasan in, because being the secretary of the ADYC, which is African Democratic Youth Congress, you all are able to impact citizens' lives and give them their actions, your do's, your don'ts. How is it that you're approaching this sort of issue when it comes to your role in ADYC?
Well, thank you very much, Aisha, for this wonderful question. Well, first of all, let me start by sympathizing with the people in the families of the student affected by the kidnappings in Kebbi State and those affected in Niger State and other parts of Nigeria as a whole. It's actually a very traumatizing experience, most especially for the families of the affected happenings. Aisha, just like my brother here, Geoffrey, made mention, there are laws guiding us as Nigerians related to cyber crimes, and also there are fundamental human rights we have as individuals in this country. These laws guiding the Cyber Crime Act, to me, this is my personal opinion, are laws that are created or enacted on we the citizens, in the sense that it will favor only those in power, because they don't really want us as Nigerians to hold them accountable. So most of the time, when I, as a young person, go onto social media and try to draw the attention of the government, most especially in the current happenings of killings, kidnapping, banditry, terrorism, Boko Haram, and what have you, the next thing you see is police maybe knocking onto my door and perhaps forcefully also kidnapping me.
Has this happened before?
Of course it is happening, because there is a scenario currently of a young person who is actually a student of Ibrahim Babangida University in Lapai, who is currently charged by Niger State government on issues which was purported to be cybercrime related act.
Exactly.
This is somebody who just actually called the Niger State government to do what is right regarding to insecurity in Niger State. But that young man, Comrade Makwa, is still currently in prison, in as much as I have spoken to his counsel yesterday, and he told me he's battling with a lot of health issues, but the court are still yet to even give him out on bail, which is actually very, very unfortunate. This is actually against his own fundamental human rights. Just like my brother here, who is a lawyer here, made mention of, everybody is tend to be presumed innocent unless and until those allegation level against you are proven beyond reasonable doubt and a competent court has sentenced you. That is when we assume you are actually not innocent. I'm from Kaduna State. Go to Kaduna State and see the level of young people being arrested in related to Cybercrime Act. Just about 3 to 4 weeks ago, a young boy was arrested from my own local government just because he went on Facebook calling the attention and sensitizing young people that it is time for voters registration. Go out there, register, secure a voter's card, and vote the current government out. He was arrested and he was taken to prison in one of the local governments in Kaduna State, Soba, which is actually very, very unfortunate. So that is why I'm looking at the Cybercrime Act in as much as is actually something that is supposed to be guiding us so that we don't actually abuse the rights we have as individuals to just look at somebody and defame him, or use that opportunity of the freedom of expression to attack or insult individuals.
Exactly.
So that Cybercrime Act or law guiding the cyber-related offenses need to be thoroughly reviewed. Going forward, those in the judiciary also sometimes contribute towards what is actually happening. Because those in power, even in as much as they assign the Nigerian police or any other security agencies to conduct the arrest, which most of the arrests being done are not in accordance with our law. I am certain my brother here, who is a lawyer, knows that the law clearly stated, if at all I as an individual is being accused of an offense, the security has the right to invite me or write to me formally, inviting me to come over and answer to the crime I'm being accused of. But unfortunately, this is not the case currently happening in Nigeria. What is happening now is either those in government use the DSS to arrest you, which the arrest might sometimes be illegal. Perhaps it might even be a civil case, just like my brother here made mention of. You see police engaging in land dispute, which he has no jurisdiction over. You see maybe a DSS being engaged in a civil matter, which he has no jurisdiction over.
Which is so worrisome.
Which is really...
If people that are the law enforcement agencies do not even know the law or abide by this law.
I think they do. Is it a money thing? Or is it, what is it? Is it a
Not
power
really.
thing? Why is it that they're involving them in such disputes and they're aware of the law?
Because most of these people are being assigned by those in power.
It's powerful.
The powerful people in government are those giving them the directives. And most of the time, they know what they are doing is wrong. But perhaps I think maybe they are scared to talk to these powerful people, telling them, this thing you are asking me to do is clearly a violation of the law itself, guiding us as a nation. Instead of these people in government to channel their energy in curbing the current ravaging insecurity happening in this country, which is really, really worrisome. Throughout last week, you hardly wake up.
Nobody slept well.
Nobody slept well.
And wake up with a calm mind.
And wake up with a very, very clear mind, except if you have no conscience. Once you on your television, you will see an attack. Just within the week, a church was being attacked. People were there worshiping, praying. But this bandit has the effrontery to come into the church, kill innocent people at their worship place in church. You understand?
And the law
a brigadier general was executed in the northeastern part of this country. Then tell me, please, who is currently safe in this country? If a brigadier general will be executed live, aired live by this Boko Haram, then who else is actually safe? Nobody is safe.
Like, these are a lot of situations and crises, if we could put it that way. And enough of, we actually know the situation. What is the way forward? How do we try to mitigate these problems that we face?
In a lawful manner.
In a lawful manner, because in any way now, so that you don't end up behind bars.
Because the anger, the pain that Nigerians are feeling right now, how do we mitigate this, as she said, in a lawful manner? What can you share with us on that, Mr. Jeffrey?
I just finished a matter with the NSA. Now, a client was arrested from Delta State. He was kept for over 31 days as at the time we came into the matter, during the vacation. I did the matter during the vacation and got judgment during the vacation. Now, you see, you remember when I started my statement, I said, if you're invited by the police, if you're going, go with a good lawyer. I made mention of that earlier.
Yes.
Now, there are certain positions, like the scenario he narrated. You know, your organization, I think your organizations are standing for the guy in Kaduna also that was arrested, that was saying, go get your voter's card and all of that. Maybe what we'll do after this time, we'll just try and see how we can extend hands to see how we can get that guy out, because the Constitution is very clear. It is very clear on the same. Majority of the problem we have are some of our colleagues. You understand? I would just say it how it is. Are some of our colleagues, what they do is, you know you can't do this job, and you undertake it. At the end of the day, the client on the other end, who's the suspect, ends up getting the bonds. Now, in such a manner, Section 158 of the Administration of Criminal Justice Act, which applies to that jurisdiction, states that if the offense is less than 2-3 years, the person is entitled to bail, provided it fits into the conditions of Section 161, 162 of the Administration of Criminal Justice Act. It will not jump bail, it will not destroy evidence, it will not tamper with evidence. And whenever it's needed in court, it will be produced, it will appear in court, and it will be released to a reliable surety. And you will answer a case to the end of time. So in such scenario, I think what is needed, there need to be more awareness programs. And I won't dispute the fact when he stated that government are now using some of this agency, this law enforcement agency, as
puppets or as
you know,
umbrella?
to carry out their evil act. That is true. We all know this. We've all experienced this. What should be done is, I think, encouraging programs like theirs. Let more Nigerians come out who are aware of the law.
Be involved.
Do you understand? Let them get involved in this. The only thing you need to do, they should create an avenue where Nigerians will be shown this is the position of things. This is how it should be. Now, talking about this Cyber Act, the Cyber Act you're talking about still has a provision that can even guide you, gives you a guide. If not for that, we know how many people that have committed suicide due to the reckless use of the internet and all of that. But if you notice of late, the thing is in its barest minimum. Because why? There is a law that checkmates people. Now, if I want to come online and say something, I'm very careful.
Yes. Even the rate of hate speech and cyberbullying
yes,
has been
reduced. But trust me, there is no way you will amend it. Nigerians, our government, they will still use it as a tool. When you capture it so very well, they will use it as a tool. When the act was released at first, it was very good. We were enjoying it. Cyberbullying, cyber stalking. You just damaged my reputation online. A lot of people were using it. It was favoring us. Now, the high and mighty, they have hijacked it. It's now a tool for them. So the moment you say something concerning their government, now somebody sanitizing the, if that is really the true scenario of the case, sanitizing the general public, telling them, go get your voter's card, let's remove this government. He has his rights.
And freedom of
yes,
expression.
and that is the thread. Yeah.
Now, let's remove this government. He didn't mention a name. He didn't incite violence against the government. He said, go about the legal way, get your PVC. So in such instance, what I will advise legally to be done, create awareness. My fellow lawyers, let them come out. Engage with non-governmental organizations like this. Give a helping hand. Let's see how we can make Nigeria great again. Because trust me,
thank you so
because
much.
trust me, if we don't go on this route, if we don't do it like this, forget it. In the next 5-7 years, we might not have a country to call our own.
Let's not say it.
Let us stay on the positive side,
Thank you
please.
so much, Mr. Jeffrey, for your insights on that. And Mr. Abdul Hassan, thank you very much, Abdulaziz. We appreciate your time here. Please do come back and share with us because it was a great conversation.
It is.
Thank you so much. Lucy.
All right, and this is where we draw the curtains on the lifestyle segment. Keep watching The Weekend Show.